want to show you something. Not my map. Something else. You like this. I should take this off. But where is? No. I'll get pleased. I'm not looking on Mac. Well, you sit down on the chair. Anyway, how you doing? You okay? That's good. Hello, hi, bye. We'll return to the collection of poems. Water is more precious than gold to people. Okay? Now, in the Book of Solomon, well, there's another Book of Solomon which I'm aware of, but in the Bible, it says wisdom is more precious than gold. But here it says water is more precious than gold to people. What does that mean? You know, why is water more precious than gold to people? Well, you can see it in this way. There was, in a time, gold. And gold was a standard which everyone recognized. Even my mama, when she got married, and there's a picture of her on my Facebook profile, on my Facebook page. When she was very young, she wore gold, and it's a symbol. It's a symbol of being a chaudhry or being someone who is a landowner or something. You know, a status symbol. It's a standard. But then, when in America they had Fort Knox full of gold and very high security place, full of gold, they said it was full of gold from all the colonial exploitations that they did. And then came the Industrial Revolution, and all of a sudden oil took over as being the wealthiest wealth. But instead, the speculative economy did not allow the kingdom to be established, but instead gold lost its value. Water, which is like oil, because oil comes from natural products, fossilized living things. So you can say oil is like water, from water, whereas gold is not from water, it's a metal. And I don't know where gold comes from, but you know, gold is a metal, you know. In the chemistry elements, it's an element, gold. So you can look at it in that sense. I look at it in another sense too. It just makes me happy, you know. Water is to strive in God's cause and to spend your money in the cause of God, to give in charity, to not hoard the gold and silver. You see, I'm now blessed with a compensation, and I'm thinking, well, what should I do? Should I increase my returns by investing the money so that I protect my investment as well as make a return? Or should I spend in the cause of God and receive my recompense? After all, this life is nil compared to the afterlife. Everybody knows that. Whenever someone sees something with jealousy, and thinks, well, what have I got? And look what he's got. And then you think, well, the true life and the true existence is not this temporal earth where we live and die. either we neglect our souls or either we redeem our souls. And so the afterlife is very important, and last days too. So you should bear that in mind when you make your decisions, as well as enjoy the good things that God has bestowed on His servants. No, they are to be enjoyed, but do not transgress the limits or God's commandments. And Alhamdulillah, reverence God. Reverence God. You know God by His attributes too. To know God is the omniscient. To observe God is the omnipotent. To learn God is the omnipresent, present everywhere. God is present everywhere. God is here. God is closer to us than our jugular veins. And have faith in God to reach enlightenment. I was going to read something, a passage, because so anyway, and I wrote this with accompaniment of music, and it's easier to read with the music than it is to look on a white sheet of paper. It doesn't seem too appealing to me when I looked at it recently. Anyway, let's try an experiment, shall we? We will go on a submitter.com where my music is stored, and we will look for a playlist which plays on zulkarnain.co.uk, where you can find the collection of poems. Water is more precious than gold to people. And even in the future, how would you see it? What if the water sunk away and the more land appeared? Then how much gold, what has gold achieved? And all the work should be nullified if the electricity ends. Then gold will just lose its value totally. Then it's back to water-based living. This world contains 80% water. If it was reduced to 40% and there was more land, more people would be able to travel, and if there's no electricity, then it would be a free world. And we won't be afraid of cars and airplanes and boats and electronics and all these things that they thought were a comforter or some sort of comfort. But instead we'll have to work hard to redeem our souls, which is what God has told us. God has made it. God has, we're supposed to work hard to redeem our souls. Anyway, if I start this playlist, it's titled Precious Water, so you know that. And I start reading. I'll try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Open a collection of poems. Water is more precious than gold to people, by a submitter. From the cradle to the grave, the next life is a whole new game. Our life and death are controlled by the law. A place in paradise is a reward. No witness creation, only the sun and moon in motion. All these theories conjecture, close moving faster than the soul. Remember when intoxicating in trance, musical when you want to die. Take forever, it could take a minute for me to the life forms to exist in this planet. Well, by speaking it, I slow down my pace of reading a lot more than I would do mentally. So, but if you read it mentally, as you're reading, both when the words, lyrics, when the vocals kick in, they all both join and both snap on. It could take forever, it could take a minute for multitudes of life forms to exist on the planet. Now that experiment didn't work, but every writing that's on the internet with the accompaniment of music, if you read it at a certain pace, you find that it snaps at certain points, which is miraculous. So it's about space and time. Like Einstein said, the fourth dimension is space-time. Time and space is to know the future